Hi, group number twos. Welcome to this week's reading. This week we are talking to the fairies, and we're just going to do a reading that I call story reading, where I just shuffle cards, pull until it feels right, and then just read the cards to you. So, this is the most intuitive kind of reading that I do, and yeah, it always suits the fairies very well because they are so fun and chaotic and they like stories and they like being free and expressing themselves. So, the card that you guys were drawn into today was card 36, Bubble Rider. Bubble Rider. So the energy I'm getting from this card today is that maybe you guys have been kind of feeling a bit low recently. And the fairies are trying to cheer you up. So they're probably saying something like, there's a great adventure on its way. It's time to get up and have some fun. Let's stop being mopey. So let's see what they have to say. Fairies, would you please give me a message about this little adventure that you're sending towards my group number threes? This number, the card number, has a lot of threes in it, which is cool, like 3 and 6. 6 divides down into 3. So, and you guys are group number 3, so maybe there's some messages in the number 3 itself for you. If you look up numerology, you'll find a bunch of messages in there. So, fairies, would you please give me some messages for my group number 3s about this adventure you're sending towards them? About the message of encouragement that maybe you're trying to give us? Ooh, ooh, those 2 for sure. And 1 more. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. That's what I thought I had. All right. Thank you. So, in this reading, I'm just going to show you all the cards, and then I'm going to talk about them after I show them to you. So, here we go. Let's look at the cards. You have the Knave of Cups. This is the Page of Cups in this deck. Next, you have the Empress card. This is one of my favorite Empresses that I own. Next, we have the World card. Whoa. This is the World card. Next, we have the 4 of Cups. Then we have the Fool card. I like this message that I'm getting for you guys already. And then I have the King of Swords. King of Swords. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Seeing an evolutionary pattern here for you guys. And last but not least, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Wow, I love this, guys. Okay. So I'm going to take a quick look at these, and then I'm going to talk about them. Okay, so what I'm really seeing here is a journey, a path to emotional maturity is kind of what I'm seeing here. So you start out as the Knave of Cups. The Knave of Cups is a very childlike energy of love and acceptance and very open-hearted and very joyous and wonderful to be around. But they are a bit naive. They're wonderful, but a bit naive. So you started out your journey of life this way. And then as we went, we learned to take care of ourselves, and we learned that we had to evolve. The World card really talks about how we have to strive for evolution. It also talks about a conclusion of a cycle. Perhaps this was the ending of your parents taking care of you, your motherly figure in your life being in charge of you, and your next stage of evolution of growing up, of going out, of getting out of the house. But somewhere along the line, I feel like your heart was a bit broken. I feel like there were a lot of miscommunications, of missed boats, of just stubbornness, whether it was on your part or somebody else's part. This really feels like kind of a stuckness in your evolution, in your emotional maturity, a bit of stubbornness to not want to look past things, not want to work on things, not want to try with people to evolve, to change. Instead, trying to keep your worldview, keep how you see the world, make others do as you wished instead of meeting others where they are type energy. And the messages that we're getting after this is that there is a need. Fairy is like, hey, remember how when you were younger, you just kind of did stuff? You just kind of accepted and loved other people for them instead of putting all of these expectations on them. Yeah, we need to return to that. There's this fool-like energy of jumping in, being silly, enjoying, not carrying burdens with you. The fool is often portrayed as a wanderer, a traveler, a jester, because he is a wanderer, a traveler, and a jester. But he doesn't often have material possessions. He is a entity that does not carry the world on his shoulders. And it feels like you've been carrying a lot of grudges, a lot of weight on your shoulders, a lot of other people's weight on your shoulders that it's either none of your business, so leave them out of it, or it's none of their business, so you live your life. You know what I mean? As RuPaul says, if they're not paying your rent, pay them no mind. So, yeah, I'm seeing Fairy is trying to tell you that to move forward in your emotional journey and in your evolution, there needs to be some give. There needs to be a letting go of patterns, of stubbornness, of this is the way it's been, so I'm gonna stick with that kind of energy. There needs to be a letting go of past mistakes, past grudges, past problems, and instead a leap forward into ingenuity, into excitement, into new ways of doing things. And as we see, some of the new ways of doing things are going to take mastery. They're going to take patience. They're going to take learning. They're going to take research and understanding and patience. Becoming a new person as far as your emotional body is concerned, like being able to process things on a higher level than a childlike level takes practice. It takes research. It takes understanding. It takes living in our spiritual body. This is a whole process that is really well done with a therapist. Learning to stay in our emotional body when we are experiencing unwanted emotions is something that we're not taught. As a society, on the whole, like, no, we did not learn that. We missed that part of our education, and instead, the world told us to never feel negative emotion, or push it down, or not experience it, or not take part in it. And negative emotion is an important part for you to sit with and understand so that you can let them go, one, and two, like, evolve. Like, it's a whole thing. You should talk to your therapist about it. But, like, sitting in our emotional bodies, even when it's uncomfortable, is a sign of emotional maturity. It is. It takes practice and it takes mastery to not let those negative emotions become who you are all of the time, but instead see them, understand them, process them, really let them teach you or show you what is making you uncomfortable. And then after the negative emotion has passed, make steps to change those things. Make steps to create an evolution. Yeah, it's going to take some mastery and patience, though, because Eight of Pentacles really talks about hard, steady work. Failing and trying again and failing and trying again until you get it right. It's a process. It is not done in a day. It is a long process, but you can do it. These two cards of mastery, the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups, this is the balance of your intellectual self and your emotional self. And fairies saying you can do it. So I'm just going to talk about this card real quick. I'm going to just paraphrase what the book says, because card 36, Bubble Rider. This card's keyword is joy. So this card really talks about finding joy in everything, finding joy to be your birthright, realizing that sometimes we're afraid to let ourselves feel intense emotion like joy, but to remember that being an emotional being is part of our existence. It's part of what makes us human, and to stop pushing away those deep emotional feelings like joy. Let yourself feel those things. Let yourself experience those things, because they are what make us people, and they are what make life worth living. So focus on your blessings. Keep your heart open. Really let the universe bring you things that make you feel joy. I'm going to read you the quick little chant at the bottom of this page. It says, I find joy in all things. Laughter fills my world. Light-hearted energy flows to all who are open to receive. The more I love, the more I am loved. Miracles continually happen for me, and I am blessed. So be it. Blow bubbles today, pink if possible. So this card is really talking about how to not be afraid. To not be afraid of your spiritual or emotional body, and instead embrace it, and yeah, like, let yourself be you. 'Cause you're beautiful. and you're working on yourself, and that's awesome. So the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to pull one card from my Heart of Fairy Oracle deck, and this one I am going to read to you out of the book. So here we go. Fairies, would you please give me one final message about group number 3's journey to evolve and become their best emotional self and to become a master over their emotions and, oh, that one. Okay. Thank you, fairies. All right, so the card you guys got, so this is card 43, the Lady of Sorrows. The Lady of Sorrows. So I'm going to read this one to you out of the book. Card 43, the Lady of Sorrows. Lack of forgiveness, barriers, letting go. Sounds familiar. Okay. This is a lady who visits us all from time to time. She is a hoarder of hurts and slights, a connoisseur of sorrow. She has built a wall around her heart with the collected wrongs that have been done to her. There are so many, hurt upon hurt, slight upon slight. Her wall grows taller and broader by the day. She tends to it carefully, making sure there are no gaps between the sorrows that might let light in. Pity her. She has never learned to let things go. Miser that she is, she cannot bear the thought of forgiveness when she knows that she is in the right. Does she sound familiar? If she turns up in a reading, examine what old hurts and sorrows you are holding on to. Even if you can only identify one, take that one hurt out of the wall that you have been building and let the light back into your heart. To feed on hurts and sorrows is to live, perhaps, but never to thrive. In order to thrive, you need light and compassion. So begin to forgive, forget, and let the light in. Well, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you, fairies, very much for your pointed messages. Well, this is all I'm seeing for you guys, group number 3s. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I can't wait to see you all at the next reading. That's it. I hope you have a blessed everything. This was Pan. Bye, you guys.